god, 2023 is over and here we are finally in 2024. Happy New Year, you amazing people. It has been a wild ride, everyone. I hope you guys had a wonderful year, and even if it's not, really looking forward for a great 2024 with you guys. So for today, we will be celebrating the best of the best mods of the year for 2023. Modders have really went all out to bring us top quality and the most impressive mods they can make. Since the launch of the game, the modding scene has racked in 69.9 million downloads, which is really impressive. Not to mention, throughout December and the holidays, Baldur's Gate 3 has been making records as it sits number 3 in the most played games for Steam and has been constantly averaging around 200k concurrent players. Now it's time for us to showcase the ultimate mods you really need to have from the 2023 collection. So without further ado, these are Baldur's Gate 3's top 15 mods of 2023. Enjoy! Number 15 is the most obvious and one of the must-haves you need if you start modding in Baldur's Gate 3, which is the native camera tweaks. This mod is one of the best mods to get if you want to remove the limitations of your camera movement, rubber banding, and the limited pitch of your cameras. Now you can freely move your camera as much as possible, set angles for those perfect screenshots and poses to your heart's content. Just having the absolute freedom to move anywhere that you want is what the mod has to offer and more. While we're talking about movement, this mod is the next one that you need and an absolute must-have, which brings us to number 14. That is the WASD movement mod. This mod removes the limitation of the click to move from the vanilla version. Are you tired of the constant clicking you need to do? Not to mention the amount of time you accidentally click to a location and an unfortunate thing happens, which is really annoying to deal with. Have you developed carpal tunnel syndrome already? Now you can get this mod and it all fixes the stuff. It introduces WASD keys as your base movements so you can finally move and play the game like what it needs to be. You can move your character without worrying of misclicks, and the mod also auto-reverts the feature and goes back to its point-to-click system when you are in combat, so you don't really need to worry as the mod has everything that you need pertaining to movements in the game. Number 13 is a mod that is an absolute monster, which is the Vanilla Armor Overhaul. The mod rebalances and tweaks those weak and mediocre armors to make it more viable. It also reworks unique and rare armors to give you exciting changes to its passives, has used spells and actions, AC tweaks, and much more. What's crazy about this mod is that it has almost 400 items that were changed, and some early game items and builds was added back from the vanilla version into the game. Not to mention the over 250 custom passive tweaks as well as spell reworks was added. I can only imagine how much work was needed to rebalance and tweak the armors to make them as viable as possible. The creator also has a similar mod that overhauls the vanilla weapons in the game and it makes them all better. Speaking of an armor mod and overhaul, we have one of the best mod that introduces new types of armors and variations. Not to mention the constant addition of new armor mods from the mod creator is just insane. I'm talking about number 12, which is the Extra Gear mod. Extra Gear is the armor mod that you must have if you want to add more variation to your armor sets. The mod provides amazing high quality armors that are compatible with all races. It adds an assortment of gear such as heavy, light, and cloth, which has amazing stats that are included. We finally have a reason to pick up those items from the vendor, not just to rely on items that we find all over the world. The author also revised armors like the Githyanki's to make it as badass, as well as providing some extra Fashion Gate 3 options for you. A great additions are cloaks and mantles that are a bit lacking in the base game. The author also graced us with an updated set of new fully dyeable armors from patch number 5.1 that adds armor crates from vendors and some new variants variation of armors like the 2 version of sleeveless no-leaf druid armors, cellulite robes and scale armors, monastic wraps for the dragonborns, as well as a really cool version of the Harper armor, Harper hoods, etc. As mentioned before, all of the armors are purchasable through various vendors in every act, as well as you can go crazy dyeing this badass armors to your heart's content. You can get the gear as early as Act 1, but do note that the gear is really strong, so it may look something overpowered for some low-level characters to have some really good gear. But honestly guys, who cares for as long as we have some really nice and really strong armor early game. A really good complement to the armor mods is our number 11th mod on the list, which is the Transmog Enhance mod. Transmog Enhance is really one of the great ones. This mod provides amazing flexibility for your Fashion Gate 3 needs, while providing the absolute freedom for the customizations of your gear to whatever visuals that you want. It provides all ranges of Transmog with just a press of a button, while simply combining the unlimited use of the Transmog crystals that are provided by the mod. You can easily change gear to whatever you want. While using the mod, you can easily combine the stats of the gear you also want for the transmog, and tada! And whenever you are tired of the transmog that you have right now, you can remove it by using the transmog remover, and that's it. We can finally drip out our tab as much as we want without thinking about the stats. Number 10 is a mod that is always present in my loading order, no matter the updates or the game may be. For as long as Lorien doesn't change its UI, this mod is an absolute must-have, which is the Better Hotbars 2. This mod frees up space in the skills, passives, and item slots, and provides better icon sizes to make it fit in a single hotbar. It also provides customizable sizes ranging from a 4x24 that provides around 26 slots, 5x32 that provides around 160 slots, that supports 16:9 to ultra wide resolutions. It also has some auto hide functions to provide that additional immersion. Not to mention that it will auto lock while you are in battle. Gone are the days that you need to individually open the small tabs in a hotbar when you want to use certain spells or items in order for you to not get overwhelmed by the sheer number of icons, especially if you have a wizard or a sorcerer in your party. Now it is properly organized in your hotbar and it is clearly visible, including those potions and consumables that you have. After using this mod, never will I go back and consider using the vanilla version. It is just that good. Number 9 is a mod that addresses the lacking visual effects of the weapons in the game. I mean, why does most of the weapons only has a glow? Or maybe just a small illumination to it? Even the most powerful weapons look really bland. Well, not until this mod, that is, which is the All Effects Boost in 1 mod. If ever you are wondering, does it work with modded weapons? It absolutely does. It is a weapon mod of the year that provides an array of weapon effects for your weapons. It not only provides visuals, it also provides buff like Vampiric Lifesteal, Radiant Explosions, etc. The mod is easily accessible by just purchasing it with vendors from Act 1 to 3. You just need to purchase the rings and amulets that provides the effects. It has over 25 variants of effects for you to choose from. From a more aesthetic looking approach like Fire, Acid, Radiant Hollows for your arms and weapons, to something crazy like blood weapons, divine weapons, psychic weapons, etc. The mod also has some really cool attack particle effects that you can even stack to a single weapon for those blinding explosions. Number 8 is a mod from Kates that is perfect for loot goblins like me, which is the Better Inventory UI mod. This is the UI mod of the year that is an absolute essential. If you want to have a really nice and organized stash tabs with some really cool mini icons to help you figure out what the item is needed for. Gone are the days though you accidentally sell those combinable and important consumables like I did. You now have this mini icons to guide you, and it also has indications for vanity items and musical instruments, which is a very nice touch. With the addition of the marked books as read, it will give you that really nice frame background for your books, and it also has a specific rarity colors for those different types of spells. If you want to really go fancy, you can add those mini check marks for those books if you had already read them previously. Number 7 is one of the most famous mods out there, which is the 5e spells mod. The mod is designed to serve as an additional section for your 1st to 9th tier spell, as well as adding additional spells and spell classes. What's really cool about this mod, while it serves as the base for most of the spells mod in the game, which makes this a really advantageous mod to have. Not only that, it also has its own spells from cantrips, 1st level spells to 6th level spells. There are some really cool cantrips like Shape of Water that can freeze water surfaces, Mold Earth that can make muddy terrain, Thunderclamp that does an AoE blast around the caster, and so much more. Some examples of some level 1 spells are like Earth Tremor, that is a wider AoE version of Mold Earth that makes mud terrain, while also proning targets in a AoE. 2nd level spells like Dust Devil, which is a controllable tornado that knocks back enemies in a small area. Block of familiars that lets you summon 3 familiars in a single spell like cats, frogs, crabs, etc. As for level 3 spells, there are spells like some really cool summons like the Shadow Spawn. 4th level spell is your very own summon, which is a level 4 elemental summon to serve as your meat shield. Finally, some level 5 spell that is like the Far Step that lets you teleport around, and it only costs the bonus actions and so much more. You can check out the mod page for any details of the spells that you want to roll with, especially if you're tired of those lacking vanilla spells that you get in the base game. Number 6 is another famous Baldur's Gate 3 mod that has racked in over 1 million downloads already, and it gives you the most amount of customization pertaining to your hairstyles compared to any hair mod out there, which is the Tabs Hair Salon. It provides an astonishing amount of hairstyles, around 100 plus in fact, and it is also compatible with most head mods that you can find. You can have a wide variation of hairstyles for your drows, half-elves, elves, tieflings, and humans. There are also some really nice hairstyles for the Gith, as well as for the half-orc. Not only that, the creator also added in more and more hairstyles for different races. When it comes to value, this mod is a must-have. The only challenge that you will get is picking the right hair for you. Number 5 is a mod that will give you the option to play Baldur's Gate 3 like an MMORPG, as well as the amount of RP and immersion that you will get. I'm talking about the emotes and toggleable walk mod. With just the whopping amount of emotes this mod introduces to the game is just insane. With over 150 emotes and spells for you to choose from, the mod has a wide array of emotes from basic ones like laugh, sit down, lie down, etc. to the looping emotes like my favorites, the mosh, T-posing, illithid floats, fist ups, etc. If that's not enough for you, it also has 32 voice emotes. Not to mention the romance emotes is really cool. Now you can really go crazy with the screenshots, roleplay with your friends, or maybe just solo for those ultimate RP fantasy. Number 4 is a mod that should be implemented baseline in the vanilla version of the game. The amount of intuitive reworks for the class is just what makes this a really impressive mod to get and a must-have for all those Druid enjoyers out there. I'm talking about the Druid Perfection mod. The Druid Perfection mod is the long-awaited rework of the wild shape charges and the multi-class viability. It also changes wild shape as a ritual spell, and it made it only cost a bonus action instead of a main action, which the vanilla version has. Not to mention, you can swap from wild shape to wild shape without forcing you to change to human form in between. Druid Initiative, where you can use wild shape charges for free in the start of every battle. Not only that, the benefits are also provided for Spore Druids. What's really cool is that you can now multi-class your Moon Druids and get that skill advantage from the specific class that you multi-classed with, giving you the ability to use fewer blows, smites, reckless attack, sneak attack, etc. This mod works well with the Druid Quality of Life mod for that absolute perfection. Now for number 3 is a mod that basically has it all in terms of customization for other races such as the Tiefling, Dwarves, Gnomes, etc. This mod introduces all new face assets for all the presents from those races, but the coolest thing here is it focuses more on our humanoid characters. It has a wide array of new assets for our tiefling that you can choose from, not to mention the additional horns for your preference, such as the close shave, horns that look like tree branches attached to your head. It also provides new hairs, beards, earrings for you to choose from, and if you love withers, you can finally make a tab that looks exactly like him. Have that tree bark looking skin and rotting face fantasy? Now you can with this amazing mod. Number 2 is a mod that is obviously a spell effects and spell variation, especially for a mod that fixes and provides the long-awaited representation of other elemental types. Introducing the elemental spells and Eldritch Blast mod from the same mod creator. The mod adds a new chromatic spells to the game for your Scorching Ray and Fireball, not to mention the new Eldritch Blast element variation. You can now select from an array of elements like Ice, Lightning, Fire, Acid, Force, Psychic, Radiant, and Chaos, which has every single spell types in one single spell. The mod also provides some really cool VFX and makes spell particle effects more defined and intense. The mod also introduces some new level 4 storm spell that rains down elemental damage in a wide AoE, but with a twist. That is, it also has a chromatic version that you can use with various types of element that you prefer. What's really cool is that the spells, aside from the damage, it also has the lingering AoE of that elemental damage that you used, like the Storm of Force that leaves a fog cloud, Storm of Heat that leaves burning surfaces, Storm of Light that has a lingering trail of holy fire, all in a 6-meter AoE. And finally, for number 1, it is a mod that is also present in my loading order, especially if I am showcasing hair or body mods, etc. This is my favorite mod of the year, which is the Vembaron's Other Heads mod. Are you tired of the same assets of the generic faces in Baldur's Gate 3? Character models may look alright, but you are looking for something better. If the generic faces are preventing you from creating your ultimate fantasy of a super hot runway ready model in Baldur's Gate 3, this mod includes around 18 new character faces and models for you to choose from, ranging from elf, half-elf, humans, and tiefling. In addition, the mod creator also added additional face assets for you to choose from. It is also compatible with most of the mods that you can find, so enjoy. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching the show. What do you guys think about 2023's top mod list? And I'm really curious to know what are your top mods of 2023. Would love to know your answers, including your questions and clarifications, in a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. Shout out for all the people who subscribe and keep supporting the show. I really appreciate you guys for all of the amazing support. And for all the people who haven't subscribed yet, thank you so much for watching the videos. And I hope I earn your subscriptions in the future. But if you're in it today, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to support me directly, please consider joining our D20 Rollers Club by hitting the join button or maybe Patreon. Finally, that's it for me. Hope to see you soon on the next Master Box Show. Peace out. Bye, guys.